And that's what we're going to talk today, is how to get out from being afraid of the camera, how to not make it overly complicated, and really just, again, giving value to your audience. Hey guys, and welcome to this week's episode of Social Marketing. My name's Eric Hammond of the Orange Stack. Today we're talking about video, and why not do a show about video on video, right? So today we're talking about video, and it's about using video in your social media post. And I think so many people are scared of the camera. It's really intimidating. It's kind of like that phone. You guys are new agents and you're calling for sell by owners. It's a heavy phone. I don't want to pick it up. I'm scared to get yelled at on the phone. I remember being in those days. And I also remember being afraid of making video, but you know, rinse and repeat. Keep doing it over and over, and video becomes easier. We started out with a simple process of me carrying around a phone all day and recording myself kind of like in a vlog format, and it just became natural for me, right? I'd have my selfie stick once in a while I'd put it on a tripod and just talk to the camera. I didn't post a lot of this content because I wasn't sure what direction it was going to go, but it made me comfortable in front of the camera. And that's what we're going to talk today, is how to get out from being afraid of the camera, how to not make it overly complicated, and really just, again, giving value to your audience, guys. That's what this whole message has been about, right? Let's just recap on a couple. It's finding the audience that makes sense to work with, giving them what they want to hear, speaking to them in ways that they actually engage, whether it's through video or audio or written word, and then, you know, again, being regular, getting it out there, engaging with your audience, right? Bringing value. That's the whole point here. So there's a really interesting stat. It says the ages of 18 to 49. Okay, think about that. That's a big chunk of people. The ages, not even everybody. People on mobile engage from 18 to 49 more with YouTube content than they do with any cable provider out there combined. That's a huge amount of people, right? Think about the days of the 80s, 90s. I remember everyone thinking like everybody just veggies out in front of TV all the time. And there's so many interesting shows on TV. You'd get hooked and lost, and all these, you know, mega episodic content out there that was easy to find yourself lost and watching. And I remember coming to school the next day and talking about all the shows that we watched that night with my friends. And now that whole thing is shifted to YouTube, right? Because everyone has their TV in their pocket all the time, and it's content that they want to engage. It's not just what's on the normal channels, you know, 2, 4, 5, 7, things like that, but it's tons of opportunities out there. They surveyed about 1,100 people throughout the US, actually I think it was globally, on the internet, to find out, you know, what type of video they're watching and what interaction they're having. And there's a bunch of really interesting stats if you check out the article. But they found that 45% of those people watch more than an hour of content a day. So video is becoming really big. I think that stat's much higher than that now. Gotta be more than an hour, because I know people just sit there and watch a lot of stuff while they're at work, while they're at school, while they're driving, right? You guys know who you are. Anyway, really interesting thing too is that Facebook reported that over 8 billion videos are watched every single day. 8 billion videos every single day on their platform alone, and they're not even the biggest video platform, right? YouTube's got a much bigger following than that. So HubSpot did, which is an awesome CRM, by the way. Check out HubSpot if you haven't already. But HubSpot has a great job of kind of finding out some of the numbers behind this. You know, and you'd think it would just be millennials who are engaging in this video content, and they're out there because they have technology and because they're online all the time anyway. But it's not just millennials. It's the older generation. My parents are into that, and I talk about my parents all the time and what they engage in and what they're interested in, and they're kind of two separate people, obviously. My mom's more on social channels like Facebook and Instagram and things like that. And my dad is on YouTube. That's where he finds his content. That's where he's interested in, you know, and he's on there like, how do I do this, or how do I take that apart, or how do I fix this, like the how-to kind of content. And that's what, you know, that long format of what YouTube can be good at. So how do we get comfortable with video? Like, if everyone's watching video, it's obviously where we need to be. If you missed the punchline of this conversation, you need to be on video. So don't go invest in a super expensive camera. You know, a lot of people have been watching all these vloggers out there who have like $5,000-$6,000 cameras. It's crazy. Don't go buy a $5,000 camera. Number one, you have an iPhone. You have a 4K iPhone or probably a Samsung in your pocket all the time. Like, the equipment's there ready for you. It has a built-in mic. It's probably pretty light out most of the time to be filming your stuff. We've got a few lights here in the studio, but you already have the equipment to make this happen. Don't go spend any money until you start doing it. And then once it's bigger for you and your brand and your audience, then maybe go spend a couple bucks. You know, go to Costco and buy that Canon camera for $700 that comes with a whole bunch of memory cards and other things. Go to Home Depot and buy $5 lights to make your studio a little bit lighter if you need to. I think your biggest one that you're probably gonna wanna spend money on later is the microphone. This guy right here, I probably spent, it's not my first microphone, by the way. This is my third or maybe fourth microphone. My first one was like 20 bucks. I was like, oh, I gotta spend 20 bucks on a microphone. This one was like 300. So you kind of work your way up to this stuff. But the point is, don't do it. Wait 6 months. Do video for 6 months and then see if it makes sense for you to go out and buy more expensive stuff. But don't let the equipment stop you, right? You guys don't need to go buy drones. You don't need to buy fancy equipment. Just go get started. Maybe the biggest thing that you can do is to buy a tripod so that your shot is steady. Maybe you need a selfie stick so that you can get some distance and show you and somebody else in the shot with you. Those are probably the only things you need to spend. Honestly, you could probably spend $5 at Target and get any of those kind of things taken care of. But most importantly, you already have this stuff. So what do, right? We've talked about content, we've talked about what you can talk about, we've talked about all that stuff. Go back and watch all these videos. There's a lot of good stuff. I don't want to get super deep into what you talk about, but get comfortable in video. Get comfortable talking to that little lens. Go record a dozen shows and delete them all if you don't like them, but just practice, practice, practice. If you've started watching my video from the beginning until now, I'm not a pro, but it's getting a lot better than it was. And it takes time, right? We do 4 of these shows every single week. I've been going on a year now of making content, so start doing the math, it adds up. Start getting more comfortable with it. But really, how do you fix this in your marketing plan, right? What do you do? So find the time to do one type of show like this. Maybe it's 2 or 3 minutes long. It doesn't have to be, 10, 20 minutes long. Some of our stuff gets a little wordy, but find the time to make a 2 or 3 minute quick clip on some advice that you can give to your audience. Maybe you had somebody ask you a question, one of your clients, and it's just like, man, that's a really good question. I wish I could tell everybody about this answer. You can get on Facebook, go Facebook Live, do your thing, end the show, send it out to your audience. You get the idea, right? Do that kind of thing. You probably have a laptop with a camera on it. You probably have a cell phone. Facebook's on your cell phone. Get comfortable using it. Again, guys, answer questions. Maybe you went to an amazing restaurant with your friends for lunch and you want to review that restaurant because it's in your farm and your clients will appreciate you talking about businesses in your local farm. I know the business owner is going to appreciate it too. Take a quick picture of your lunch. Say, hey guys, I just had lunch at this place. It's amazing. You got to meet the cook or the chef. He's incredible. Come on down. Whatever it is, right? Like, that's the kind of content that your audience wants to know about and hear. They're interested in real estate, obviously, if they're buying houses, but that's not the only thing that they want to learn about. They want to know that you have value, that you have substance, that you're interested in them. Don't make it about you, make it about them. What value can you provide to your audience? What are the things that you can share, the tips and strategies that you can share, and bring it into a video format? You guys have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have Snapchat, you have YouTube, Twitter has some video, and you even have just the video app on your phone. There's a half dozen places for you guys to record content and distribute it out amongst your viewers. If you have a great newsletter following, this is the big one. Make a 3 or 4 minute little tip every single week. Keep it simple. Don't get too professional. Put it into your MailChimp or Constant Contact email and send it out. Get people familiar seeing your face. Right? They may not have the time every single week to read your 5-minute blog, but maybe they want to watch a short little video here and there from you. People have time to watch and listen and engage with you that way. And then it's going to bring up, like we said before, more engagement back. People are going to resonate with this stuff. They're going to give you feedback and go from there. So video works, guys. Again, 18 to 49 more people are watching video on YouTube, Facebook than ever anywhere else. I remember a lot of real estate agents back in the day trying to get on cable TV channels and spending so much money just to get on a cable channel to reach an audience that's probably not even watching, that now can TiVo fast forward past that, right? Everybody's looking for this content on their phone. It's coming up in their feed. They're looking for value. They're not looking to be sold. Put content and value and video in the places that they're going to be looking for. So my homework for you this week, go get your cell phone, hold it as shaky as it may be, and record something and just put it out there for the world to see and see what happens. That's my homework for you this week. So thanks for following along each week. Stay tuned for next week, part 8 of this series. We're going to keep going. It's going to be exciting. Anyway, we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for following along. We share tips and strategies on how to help you grow your business through social media. Thanks.